this vlog I will experiment with the voiceover. So we will start from Munich because I will take a Flixbus. It was 5 in the morning, the city was super empty, it felt like it's night, but no, it's 5 in the morning. I wish I would see more views, but I was so sleepy, so I slept almost all the way. So the bus arrived a little bit even earlier than expected, 10 minutes earlier, near the Hauptbahnhof, near the main station. It was the bus parking. I was passing by the Landesmuseum near the Hauptbahnhof, near the main station. So it was really nice territory, old building, and it was really lovely, but I didn't intend to go inside. The day was super sunny, nice, still chill a little bit in the morning, but still really nice weather. I was really lucky. So first you will see this observation point. Is really easy to get there, and of course it's for free. On the bridge was this little market. It was really tiny, and they sell cheeses and breads and some fruits, vegetables, all of this stuff. And there was this really pretty carousel also. So first you can see St. Peter's Church, which is closed for now. It's really picturesque outside, really nice area. So there are 3 churches in this part of the city, and now we are on this observation point, which I promised you. It's a really fantastic view on the city, on the river. It's not yet Zurich Lake. We will come to the lake later, but it's really very nice view. It's a free toilet as well near this observation point, and it's a little bit park, so you can sit down and observe the city in the morning, to think about your plans, make pictures. I didn't plan too much. As always, I'm not a really good planner, but I watched a few YouTube videos and I talked to ChatGPT. And first my plan was to walk from the station along river to see the Altstadt, the old city, the central area of the city. So I had a really nice walk. It was super empty. Actually in Zurich now there are not many tourists at all. So honestly I didn't want to leave this observation point because it was so lovely. The weather was so nice. It would be so great to just make some sketches or read in this park. And some of the locals, they enjoyed their morning coffee and stroll. People were walking with the dogs. It was around 11 in the morning. What are the ways you can save your money? First, you can take a bus, especially if you live nearby like me. I lived in 4-hour drive on the Flixbus, and it didn't cost that much from Munich, so I also found cheap prices, let me say that. So both ways, there and back, it was 35 euros for me. And also the transport ticket is 9 francs, which is around 10 euros. And you can use this ticket everywhere in the city for the trams, buses, metro, and even funicular, and as well river train. So there are many swans on the Zurich Lake, and this guy was feeding them with the bread. I wanted to say something to him, but then I saw other people feeding also birds with the bread. Please don't feed any birds with the bread, because it's really harmful for their stomachs and you eventually can cause the death of this bird. So if you want really to feed them with some seeds, with any seeds actually, something like this, but please not bread, because they can have a really bad constipation. Then I had spontaneous tour on the Zurich Lake, and it was really amazing, incredible. Zurich is a really very large city, but it's really tricky because you think it's small, because the vibes are so calm. It really has this village atmosphere because it's so calm and so not many people, and they are all relaxed, all on ease. And I was really surprised that during this tour it makes a circle around the lake and you can see many many houses, how people actually live, and there are mansions. There are really expensive houses. Okay, Zurich is a city for millionaires, I think, but it was really nice. I really recommend you to take this trip on the lake. So for this tour you would need the ZVV zone ticket for 110, 140 and 150 zones, and it costs 9 and 20 francs for adults and 4 and 60 for children. You also can buy tickets in the boat, it's no problem with that. You can also order some drinks on the board of this ship, but I wouldn't recommend to order coffee because it's really bad and expensive. The best way would be to probably have your thermal cup, or maybe to get it in the coffee shop, at least for the same price, but you get maybe even cheaper. You get much more delicious coffee. I hope they have good coffee in Zurich. I haven't tried it, but I tried on a boat and it wasn't good. I always like to leave space for spontaneity when I'm traveling, and this time by surprise I saw in Google Maps this one name, Le Corbusier, and I was there already, all in. It was the Pavilion Le Corbusier, the last building that the maestro himself was projecting in 70s, and it was then restored lately, and now it's a museum, so you can pay pretty big price, I would say, but it's totally worth it. I think it's 16 euros that I paid for the entry for this museum, and you can walk around, you can open doors, you can sit on the furniture, use the furniture, you can make scribbles, there are some pencils you can use, and so it's really amazing for everybody who is obsessed with interior design, architecture. Especially sitting on the rooftop is something really out of the world, and I think I could live in the house like this. It's surprisingly warm inside. There is a nice heating system there, and it was really nice to observe how not standard all the things were in this building. Like the doors, they were really wide, and the way they opened was really interesting, and like all little details, they were really incredible to observe. So if you are passionate about this design topic, I would really recommend. If you don't have money for it, you also can stroll outside and look in the rooms. It's really visible, but I think the best is just really to interact with the building inside. But there were students who were painting from outside, making some scribbles, artworks of this building, because it's incredible. So what are the other ways to save money in Zurich? Of course, if you like coffee shops and you like to eat out, I would say better not to do it if you want to save money in Zurich. There are so many places to sit down and so many benches and like literally so much places to sit down. So I packed some sandwich with me. I also had some snacks, and in the evening I went to the Co-op supermarket, and there are plenty of even hot food as well. I will talk about this later, but you can actually really save a good amount of money on the food. And there are many water fountains in the city, so you can just bring your bottle and fill it with the water along the day. So I did it multiple times, and I was never thirsty, which is good. When you travel a lot, you need to keep your water balance. And also beside of this building there is a really beautiful Chinese garden, and you can also go there for free, and it's incredibly beautiful, especially in October. Everything is so colorful, it's so magnificent. There are quite many people there, but not as many as in London, for example. So I really recommend you to visit it, and then you can stroll around the lake, and or you can make a picnic there, anything. This park is really marvelous. I really enjoyed it. So next stop is the Co-op supermarket. As you can see, there are plenty of food options. There are also sushi, soups, warm food, anything you can possibly want, you can find there, as well as these cute knives that is really on my wish list. I love these Swiss knives. Next is the funicular. You can stand outside or you can sit inside, enjoy the view, and have this really short drive to the top. Then it will be a really great observation point, and you can have as well your dinner or lunch here. It's really great view and incredible place to end your one-day trip. So the observation point named Politerrasse, and on your way back you can also take a tram that will take you to the main train station, and it's actually really close to the train station. So it's a really amazing place, highly recommend, also for free. So of course I took too much food, so I needed to take something with me to Munich, but it was quite tasty, I would say, and I wasn't very hungry, but I knew that I need to eat because then it will be bus and I probably will be sleeping at night, because my bus was at 8 in the evening and then it arrived after midnight in Munich. So then my favorite transportation in Zurich, train, took me to the lake again, and then I had a really wonderful stroll. I saw the fountain. There is this fountain where you can also come a little bit closer and look at this in the evening lights. Zurich in the evening, also very incredible. There were some swans. I had little conversation with them. They were really funny.
Що ви возникаєте? Хрюкаєте? Нема в мене нічого. Банан вам дати? Ти що там? Красиві такі, слухайте. Боже. Романтика, лебеді. Фонтан. Цюрих. Скажіть, романтика?
Then I came back to the Hauptbahnhof, to the main train station. I walked around. It's super clean and tidy. not like in other cities in Europe. It's always so messy, trashy place. Even in Munich, I hate Hauptbahnhof, but here it was really luxurious, really nice, not many sketchy people around. So this was my day. I came also to Starbucks to check what the touristic cups they have, and actually the Zurich cups, the Zurich mugs were so beautiful, but I don't really like this kind of cups, otherwise I would buy it, but it was nice to observe and to appreciate the design. So that was my end of the trip. Thank you for coming along, and I will see you in the next vlog.